How are therapists using technology? I'm Jill Horner. This is Comcast Newsmakers. With me is Lucy Nicco. She's Director of Technology for the ARC of Union County. Thanks so much for being with us, Lucy.
Thank you for having me.
First of all, let's talk a little bit about the technology that's in this category. It's assistive technology, but what does that mean?
Assistive technology is a machine, a computerized device that helps a person with a learning disability. If they have some type of limitation, assistive technology can guide them and help them along the process.
So we're talking about speech pathologists, we're talking about physical therapists, occupational therapists, others actually using these devices in conjunction with the students or adults that they work with.
Correct. It's becoming a part of therapy. It's becoming a part of the everyday progress in teaching children and the individuals that we serve.
Let's get into some of the details because you actually have a preschool program and an elementary age program. What kind of technology are you using in these school settings?
Just recently, over the past few years, in the ARC Kohler School, we built a technology room. Within that technology room, we have bought iPads, iMac computers, touchscreens, smartboards, and what we see the most is the therapists are constantly in the room with these individuals and are the children, and they love it. It captures them and they want to learn. So that's what is the most engaging to the children.
So really utilizing this technology as a learning tool.
Correct.
And what about the preschoolers? Are you using different types of technology in a preschool setting?
We are. We have brought a lot of iPads into the preschool setting. One, because the occupational therapists find that it does help them working on the iPads with the children. There's a lot of different games, preschool age games, and learning tools that help the children, and they love it. It keeps them there at the time to keep them sitting there and actually learning the whole time.
A challenge with any preschooler.
Correct.
Now, when we talk about some of the programs that are available or apps that are available, are there specific programs designed for these tablet devices that are made for preschool and elementary age students, the students that you're serving?
Yes, there are speech apps, there's occupational apps, physical therapy applications, but it depends on the individual's learning disability, and it's not only through the children that we serve, but it also goes into the adults that we serve.
And let's talk a little bit about that, because in addition to utilizing this technology in a school setting, you're working to bring it into many of your programs.
Correct. What assistive technology does is it lets us capture the person's strength and then bypass the area of weakness that they have. So if an individual has a difficulty in reading, an audiobook may then help them comprehend what they want to learn. So this helps us a lot with the individuals. We've found through case studies that individuals that cannot communicate, now that they're given a device like an iPad or a computer, all of a sudden start typing, and now we can communicate with the individual.
So if an individual in that example is potentially nonverbal, now that they have the ability to communicate in a more effective way, does that lead to a sense of independence?
Correct. It definitely does. We give them the tools in our community so then they can go out and be a part of their community.
What kind of successes do you see now that more and more technology is integrated into a classroom setting and into your other programs?
I remember the first time that we got iPads in, and we had a child who had cerebral palsy, and we put an iPad in front of the child, and it was a drum application, and the child just started moving their hands and using the iPad, and I've never seen the child use their hands like this, and it was great for the therapist to also see that. We've started to get a lot more requests for the iPads because of this. And the adults like it as well because they can communicate. They could, if they want something to drink, there's a picture that they can hit that they're thirsty. So they're a lot less frustrated throughout the day because they can communicate.
Thanks so much for being with us.
No problem. Thank you for having me.
We've been talking with Lucy Nicco. She's Director of Technology for the ARC of Union County. I'm Jill Horner.